The Legend of the Christmas Cat. Once upon a time, in a small village in Iceland, there lived a big fluffy cat named Jólakötturinn. Jólakötturinn was no ordinary cat. He was the Christmas cat, and he had a special job to do every Christmas Eve. The villagers loved Christmas, and they worked very hard all year to make sure they had new clothes to wear for the holiday. The Christmas cat lived high in the mountains, and he had sharp eyes that could see all the way down to the village. He watched the people working in their homes, sewing and knitting. Jólakötturinn loved to see everyone busy and happy, preparing for the festive season. As Christmas Eve approached, the excitement in the village grew. Children laughed and played in the snow, and everyone sang Christmas carols. The houses were decorated with lights and candles, making everything look magical. But there was one very important thing everyone had to remember. They needed to finish their new clothes before Christmas Eve, or Jólakötturinn would come down from the mountains. You see, Jólakötturinn had a special rule. He would visit each house on Christmas Eve and check if everyone had a new piece of clothing to wear. If they did, he would purr happily and leave a small gift. But if someone did not have new clothes, Jólakötturinn would take their Christmas dinner away. This made everyone work very hard to make sure they had something new to wear. In one cozy little house lived a boy named Jón and his sister, Edda. Jón and Edda were very excited for Christmas. They loved the Christmas cat and wanted to make sure they had new clothes ready. Their mother was busy knitting them new sweaters. Every day, Jón and Edda helped her by bringing her yarn and keeping her company. They couldn't wait to see their new sweaters finished. One day, just a few days before Christmas, a big snowstorm hit the village. The wind howled, and the snow fell so heavily that it covered the doors and windows. Everyone had to stay inside to keep warm. Jón and Edda's mother worked very hard to finish their sweaters, but the storm made it difficult. The light was dim, and it was very cold. Jón and Edda were worried. "Will we get our new sweaters before Christmas Eve?" Jón asked. Their mother smiled and said, "I will do my best, my dears. But remember, it's important to help each other and be kind. That's what Christmas is all about." Jón and Edda decided to help their mother as much as they could. They kept the fire going, fetched more yarn, and even tried to help with the knitting, although their stitches were a bit crooked. They sang songs to keep their spirits up and told each other stories about Jólakötturinn. One evening, as the storm continued to rage outside, Jón and Edda huddled by the fireplace. "Tell us a story about Jólakötturinn," Edda asked their mother. Smiling, their mother began, "Long ago, Jólakötturinn was a very lonely cat. He lived all alone in the mountains and had no friends. One Christmas Eve, he decided to visit the village to see what Christmas was all about. When he saw the villagers working hard and being kind to each other, it warmed his heart. He decided to watch over them and make sure everyone had new clothes to wear so they could enjoy Christmas together." As their mother told the story, Jón and Edda listened intently, their worries melting away. They felt a renewed sense of determination to help their mother finish their sweaters. They realized that Jólakötturinn's rule was not just about clothes, but about the spirit of Christmas, working together and caring for one another. The next morning, Jón and Edda woke up to a beautiful sight. The storm had passed, and the village was covered in a thick blanket of snow, sparkling in the sunlight. They could hear the sound of children laughing and playing outside. Their mother had stayed up all night working on the sweaters, and she was almost finished. Jón and Edda knew they had to do their part to help. "We can gather more firewood," Jón suggested. "And we can make some hot cocoa for Mother," Edda added. They quickly got to work, feeling the warmth of the Christmas spirit in their hearts. As the day went on, their mother finally finished the sweaters. She held them up, admiring her work. "Here you go, my darlings," she said, handing the sweaters to Jón and Edda. They put them on immediately, feeling the warmth and love in every stitch. That evening, as the family gathered around their Christmas tree, they heard a soft sound outside. It was Jólakötturinn. He peered through the window, his big eyes shining in the darkness. When he saw Jón and Edda in their new sweaters, he purred loudly and left a small gift for each of them on the doorstep. Jón and Edda opened their gifts with excitement. Inside, they found a beautiful wooden toy for Jón and a lovely doll for Edda. They were so happy, and they knew that their hard work and kindness had made the Christmas cat very pleased. That night, as they went to bed, Jón and Edda felt very thankful. They knew that Christmas was not just about gifts, but about helping each other and working together. They hugged their mother and thanked her for the wonderful sweaters. The next morning, Christmas Day, the village was alive with joy and laughter. Everyone wore their new clothes and shared stories of Jólakötturins visit. Jón and Edda proudly showed off their sweaters and told their friends about how they had helped their mother. From that day on, Jón and Edda always remembered the lesson of the Christmas cat. Every year, they made sure to help their mother with the knitting and sewing, and they always wore new clothes on Christmas Eve. They knew that Jólakötturinn would be watching, and they wanted to make him proud. And so, every Christmas, the village was filled with the warmth of new clothes and the joy of giving. Jólakötturinn continued his visits, always purring happily when he saw the villagers in their new clothes. The legend of the Christmas cat was passed down from generation to generation, reminding everyone of the importance of hard work, kindness, and the magic of Christmas. Moral of the story. In this story, we learn that Christmas is a time for helping each other and working together. When we put in effort and care, we can achieve wonderful things. It's important to be kind and to support our family and friends. By working hard and being kind, we can make the holiday season special for everyone. Remember, the true spirit of Christmas is about giving and sharing happiness with those we love.